Welcome back, Luna. A little bird tells me that the hearer and his party owe you their lives. A tale for the tavern, if ever there were one. It is only a shame that I must ask you not to tell it for the time being, at least. Do I make myself clear? Until the hearers have made their will on the matter known, it would be best to avoid unsettling people with stories of walking statues. Now then, you must have suitable recompense for your valiant service. For the first half of your reward, I give you leave to make use of the accommodations here at the guild. Arrangements have been made, so all you need do is speak with Antoinette whenever you crave the comfort of a firm bed and a soft pillow. For the second half of your reward, I offer you another path to fame and fortune, guildleves. Guildleves are records of the various requests we receive from the citizenry. They outline all manner of tasks which ambitious young adventurers like you can elect to undertake. Gontrant is our guildleve official, or levamete, here at the Carline Canopy. I have spoken with him regarding your knack for solving challenging problems, and he is eager to make your acquaintance. By the way, have you perchance heard about the coming festival? It is truly a splendid occasion, looked forward to by young and old alike, and one I heartily recommend that you take the time to enjoy. Don't be too disappointed if the recent troubles cast a shadow over proceedings, however. I fear nothing short of the mysterious interloper's apprehension can prevent that. But we were talking about you, Luna. You have made Mother proud. I expect great things of you, young man. How is my favorite fresh-faced adventurer? Oh, do not scowl, so speak out of habit. You've come a long way since first you walked through my door, and I'll not deny it. As a matter of fact, I think it's about time you made yourself useful at Bent Branch Meadows in the Central Shroud. Unlike the recruits you see at the Bannock, the men and women out at Bent Branch are fully occupied with their own work. As such, I imagine there are more than a few who would welcome the assistance of a rapidly maturing adventurer like yourself. Bent Branch is also home to a very usefully situated etherite. It is, in other words, the perfect place for you to begin the next stage of your journey as an adventurer. And what better time than the present? Leave the city via the Blue Badger Gate, and continue to the southwest until you come to a bridge. Cross it, and when you spy an etherite in the distance, you may congratulate yourself on having successfully found Bent Branch Meadows. If you so fancy, you may also make use of the Cho Kobo Porter Service, doubtless the safest way to get to your destination. Cho Kobo Keep Singer should not hesitate to lend his birds to a capable adventurer like you. Oh, and be sure to introduce yourself to Keitha, the head Cho Kobo Wrangler, when you arrive.
Mother Miounne has told me much of your endeavors, Lunar. Have you considered attempting one of the guildleves available here at the Adventurers Guild? Guildleves are the means by which we document requests for assistance from the citizenry, prior to assigning them to adventurers possessed of the necessary skills. From battlecraft leaves that require the extermination of monsters, to tradecraft leaves that ask for the creation of goods, the tasks we term levekists are many and varied in their nature. Should your interest be piqued, I suggest you make your way to Bent Branch Meadows and speak with Tierney. She will be happy to set your feet on the path to completing your first leave quest.
We probably should check in at the Conjurer's Guild too, since we may be gone for a while.
Greetings, Lunar. Each time we meet, the part of Conjurer befits you ever better. In your previous lesson, you learned about the element of Earth. It is my desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to Fullflower Combe in the East Shroud, and seek the teachings of Hearer Wolfew. Though scant few years have passed since her coming of age, Wolfew is a conjurer of consummate skill who is able to divine the will of air elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mysteries of wind.
I think I heard someone mention we can get to the East Shroud by crossing the lake near the Lancers Guild.
I happen to be heading across the lake to Sweet Bloom Pier in the East Shroud.
This part of the forest sure seems thick. Guess it may have taken less damage.
You must be Lunar. Brother Sumi Yen sent word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the patterns of gusts and gales. Now how to proceed. Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of Hearer and, well, you are my first student. Ah, yes, I believe I have a suitable task for you. To the east of Sweet Bloom Pier, there is a small spring, giving rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarm which lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Mayhap you wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study? I sympathize, Lunar, but trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind.
The elements of this world still seem active despite the effects of the calamity.
This must be the swarm. I hope my aim is good enough to hit them.
Creatures in the hunting grounds. We shouldn't pass this.
Welcome back. I take it the bees are no more? Tell me, did you happen to notice many of the Vilcan's preferred flowers in the vicinity of the spring? I ask because there were none. Strange then, is it not, that the bees should choose to congregate there? And what has caused this aberrant behavior? Still your mind and reach out with your senses. Can you feel it? The path of the wind veers from its natural course, sweeping hapless creatures along in its wake. Something is playing havoc with the air currents. Such a disturbance bespeaks corruption. Return to the spring near Sweet Bloom Pier and search for pockets of corrupted air. Should you find one, use your powers of conjury to disperse it.
It fair oozes ether everywhere. I wonder if your magic upset it further.
The sprite's presence is palpable. You should not face it alone. Leave the healing to me. Channel your energy into offense. Well done. The wind no longer keens its frustration. Let us return to full flower. I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. The corruption was greater than I anticipated. But it is through such trials that we flourish as conjurers. Now then, Lunar, what did you learn as you struggled within the air's grasp? You will doubtless have noticed that wind does not strike with the instant, crushing force of earth. Instead, it torments one's form, dancing across every surface and leaving 1,000 tiny wounds in its wake. These are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with wind's capacity for patient destruction. No land is a stranger to its power. When you stand under distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your skin, Remember the lessons you have learned here this day. I suppose I should be grateful that this latest elemental disturbance manifested itself at such an opportune time. Only the gods know what I would have taught you had it not. Yet the growing frequency of such phenomena begins to concern me. While it is true that the calamity wrought much harm upon the Twelveswood, I suspect some other force is at work here. I bid you remain wary, Lunar. But enough of these ominous rumblings. I regret to say that your time with me is at an end. Return to Stillglade Fane and inform Brother Sumi of your newfound mastery. Oh, and be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student.
Looks like the only thing left in the log are those swarms by the spirit hold. Maybe we should swing by soon.
I was just about to return to old Gridania.
Welcome back, Lunar. The elementals inform me that you have opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That is well. Having made allies of two elements, you are well on your way along the path of Conjurer, though full comprehension of these forces will only come to you in the fullness of time. Be patient, as you seek to embrace nature more fully. So will nature hold you more closely.
They made you study wind. Why bother? You don't need wind to heal things, whatever those dreary lessons tell you.
Conjurer is inextricably bound with nature. Sylphie, that dreary lesson is one you should have learned by now. I assume by your presence here that you have once again abandoned your tutors. You must understand, if you persist in casting spells without the proper knowledge.
I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal, and the people she helped were thankful for her art. I'll learn Conjurer the same way she did, and become just as great a conjurer. You'll see. But I didn't come here to argue with you, Brother Sumi. I wanted to tell you that I've discovered how to cast rays.
What were you thinking, girl? You know not what you risk. You are meddling with forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to use that spell, I will have no recourse but to strip you of the name of Conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear?
Why must you be so angry with me? It's not as if I were trying to hurt anyone.
But's that's. Sylphie, my dear child, that is precisely the point. My apologies, Lunar. I hope you do not find these constant disruptions distracting. As you have just heard, Sylphie's mother was also a conjurer who was unable to use any spells outside of the sphere of healing. Needless to say, Sylphie seeks to emulate her in every way. It is a rare and wondrous talent to heal without relying on the energies of nature. But such power is not born of true conjuring. By all that we know of the art, it should not be possible for Sylphie to cast rays. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I fear my inability to set her upon the true path reflects my own failings as a teacher. I am only glad that those same failings have not hindered you, whether it be with my help or in spite of it. I believe that you will become a fine conjurer. Already, you are blessed with great power, and more shall be yours should you persevere with our art, as indeed I hope you shall. Yet however much you grow, however powerful you become, remember that ours is a power borrowed, not taken. Before you depart, I would speak with you of one further matter. Thus far, you have completed 3 tasks to my satisfaction. I would officially recognize your efforts by granting you leave to join the other guilds. Gridania is home to guilds representing lancers, archers, leatherworkers, carpenters, and botanists. Should any of these paths appeal to you, you are free to seek membership at the associated establishment. I but ask that you bear one thing in mind. While man is given to curiosity and wont to explore new paths, only through focus may he attain true enlightenment. Naturally, it would please me most if you placed conjury above other pursuits. Regardless of the path you choose, however, I have every confidence that your deeds will be to the honor of all concerned. Go now, Lunar, and seek your destiny. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path.
I think we've done enough here. We should probably see what everyone else is up to.